We have featured so many deported veterans on our show. Probably that subject, in terms of immigration, we've covered so often. It was such a travesty to see veterans who have served our country honorably, went to war to protect what we would believe would be our liberties and freedom, whether you believe it was a just war or not, but certainly they were going to war to protect the United States of America, and then they get deported. So on Friday, the Biden administration unveiled its plan to bring back hundreds, maybe even thousands of deported veterans and their immediate family members back to the United States, saying that their deportation and their removal, and I'm quoting Joe Biden, failed to live up to our highest values. Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas ordered his department's immigration agencies to immediately take steps to ensure that military families may return to the United States. Mayorkas said in a statement on Friday, the Department of Homeland Security recognizes the profound commitment and sacrifice that service members and their families have made to the United States of America. We are committed to bringing back military service members, veterans, their immediate family members who are unjustly removed, and ensuring they receive the benefits to which they may be entitled. Now, President Biden has promised on the campaign trail to direct the Department of Homeland Security during his first 100 days in office to stop targeting veterans and their families for deportation, a process that Donald Trump and his administration was continuing throughout their entire 4-year administration. Now, veterans advocates have expressed concern that few veterans or their relatives have returned, while many more are in deportation. In a memo Friday, the heads of Department of Homeland Security's immigration agency says they're going to review all of the policies to welcome, to remain in, or return to the United States of America. Nice. Officials said they're going to work with the Veterans Affairs, Department of Veterans Affairs, Department of Defense. The Department of Homeland Security is going to establish a military resource center, and the Immigration and Customs Enforcement, although they've been deporting veterans for decades, including when Biden was actually vice president with Obama president, but in a 2019 Government Accountability Office report found that the precise number of deportees is completely unclear. Now, typically, veterans were deported for crimes they committed after coming back from military service, and many of them after suffering post-traumatic stress disorder after returning from combat. We had at least half a dozen deported veterans on our show who joined the military, came to the United States at young ages, had green cards. The military never told them to become citizens. They assumed they were citizens. They come back from war, Afghanistan, Iraq, and they end up having a drug problem, an alcohol problem, post-traumatic stress disorder problems, like many people in the military. All right, whether it's an American citizen or a resident. And the military just completely let these people down because as an American, they even let the Americans down who came back with post-traumatic stress disorder, but at least they weren't deporting them. So people with post-traumatic stress disorder came back. They got themselves in trouble with alcohol, drugs, small robberies. We spoke to many different people who went through it all. They weren't expecting, after serving in the United States military, putting their life at risk, that they would get deported and go back to a country that they never knew about. So it's finally at least they're recognizing what the United States did. Typically, veterans were deported because they were convicted of crimes. Veteran advocates have said that many fell into trouble because of post-traumatic stress disorder, just like I said, but many of these relatives had no criminal records. After more than 2 years in deportation, for example, 58-year-old Mexican citizen Juana Flores, who has 10 children, 18 grandchildren in the United States, including a son serving overseas in the U.S. forces, returned to her home in California on June 4th. She returned as a United States citizen after being deported. So that's nice. Wow. I know we have had many veterans on our show. We're going to talk about it in much greater detail tomorrow. We'll see if the Biden administration walks the walk and not just talks the talk.
I hope so.
I hope so. Thanks for watching. For more Brad Show Live, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.